A very good afternoon from the Alton Towers Resort, where today we're here to have a little look around the Alton Towers Exhibition. I'm going to be showing everything off for you today. This is new over summer, and we'll be here till the 28th of August. It's located at the exit to Hex Legend of the Towers. Let's head inside. Old sign from Rita. Alton Towers flag. Few items. I think that's from Jewel. And that is advertising 13 back in 2010. And the opening of Dark Forest. It's from the old ice shows, which is now where Big Fun Showtime is. And you've got the screaming head from Jewel over there. Fun desk. Land of Make Believe. A few other items. And a nice Shrewsbury crest at the bottom there. Then you head round into the main exhibition. Nice sign there. Alton Towers Viewmaster. Nice mug over here. A few of the nice mugs. Some plates the part were given as part of the Two Swords group. A few of these 2000s branding, yellow and purple. Do quite like that branding. Alton Towers, where the magic never ends. Then you come in on here to the Alton Towers Fun Club that they used to do. More Fun Club items. A few Christmas cards. Christmas was very, very big here back in the day. And down here you got handmade pottery. And over here, a few photos of Talbot Street, which is now the world of David Williams. Coming along over here, you got some tickets from back in the day. A few photos of Tower Street and the monorail being built. A few more. Coming up, a few more maps. Quite like this branding, new for 2000, Hex Legend of the Towers, 2009. Early Merlin days. A few more maps up there. A couple of guidebooks. Alton Towers Where the Magic Never Ends souvenir guide. A few photos of the Thunderlooper. Moving round over here. $19.84 admission prices. Submission. 2002 map. The opening year of Air, sponsored by Cadbury's Heroes. A few guidebooks. Advertising the Haunted House, Runaway Mine Train. So interesting to see. It's a photo from Ripsaw. Alton Towers Where the Magic Never Ends. Alton Towers map holder. A few more maps. You quite like that design. Promotional cereal box from the park. A few more tickets. Coming around onto here, you see some of the history of the park. More along. Some of the awards that the park is won. Get a better view of it over there, but there's your Eye Upper Brass Ring Award, ordered to the park. Some designs of the chapel, which is what this is in. What this museum is in at the moment. Official guides, back many years ago. The Alton Towers Estate in 1950s. Very well laid out, this exhibition. A few bits from the war when the towers ruins were being used for the war. A few bits from the gardens. The old paddling pool, which is now where the games bunker is at the top of X Sector. That still exists as the Excite arcade building. Model railway. This is just there, which is where I'm pretty much standing now on this bit of concrete. That used to be. As you can see, they put a fake ceiling in at the time because the chapel roof wasn't restored back then. A few more from the Trempton estate, which is what John Broome owned as well as when he owned Alton Towers. Moving round, a few designs of the Alton Towers monorail uniform. A few more designs. Christmas is very big back in the day, not as much now. Do still enjoy the Christmas event, but there's not as much now as there was. The Alton Experience, 1991. Moving around, a few more maps and things for Halloween and fireworks. Got some of your Henry Hound items up here. Some of the merchandise they used to do. Some of the designs, Magic Show comic book. Make sure I'm getting everything. A few more stuff on the Alton Experience. Little look at the runaway train parade float that they used to do back in the day. They used to have a parade here at the park. Designed for the Alton Towers Village. This didn't actually come to fruition, but there was a more modern one that did, which is now known as the Enchanted Village, up by the hotels. Didn't look like that, but it does look pretty similar. Oh, this is one of the best pieces. Nice design of the monorail there, and the plaque as well. A few more bits from the parade, so the park used to do. A couple more Henry Hound designs. More bowls. A few more of that purple and orange branding that the park used to have. This is quite interesting. Some concept art of the kiosk open signs. A few signs, guest services building on Tower Street. The frog fountains. Some old merchandise, some of the old trucks you can get. Pin badges. And I think... Oh, look at that, nice with the corkscrew there. A few more bits of merchandise over this side. Do like that monorail sign up there. A few signs up at the top as well. And I think that is this display. Coming over to the side walls then now. A little bit about the black hole and some of the new rides. Enterprise. That is a design for what is now the Pizza and Pasta restaurant. Old cart there. Bit of Ugland there. One of the old uniforms from the hotels. Many name badges from over the years. Modern ones and old ones as well. There's another excellent piece, one of the screaming bus from the haunted house and also used in Jewel as well. Bit more from the haunted house. Oh, I like that drawing of the chapel. Nice to have a bit of seating in here as well. A few concerts and things the park had over the years. Tina Turner concert. bit more on Oblivion. Concept art there for Oblivion Station in X Sector. Designed for Enterprise. Some of the uniforms, some of the staff would wear. Then before I show you this next display over here, I'm just going to show you this model. This model is from the Alton Towers Hotel, and it was designed to, it's a big ship located in the middle of the Alton Towers Hotel, and it was designed as a model for the advertising material for the hotel. So all the adverts you see from the Alton Towers Hotel, which we'll be playing in a couple of seconds, so I'll just quickly show you that, is this model. You'll see it in a minute. This is the first advertising material for the Alton Towers Hotel.
One bed or beside another, in a place that's all the family's cup of tea, and where nothing is ever quite what it seems.
There we go, that was the model that's used. That model there is on display in the window of the chapel. Excellent piece, nice how they've displayed it. This is a very interesting bit of concept art as we start on the next display. As this concept art here is what's going to be the new coaster coming to Efteling in 2029 in the Netherlands. The Coma Thrill Glider was clearly planned for the resort at some point. As you can see, you've got a few other designs there, like a Vekoma family suspended coaster. You've got a Vampire there from Jessington, and then this design here. Few designs for the logo of Ripsaw, Parts House Top Spin back in the day. Oh, now moving on to Hex. Bit of advertising material for Hex. Nice picture of the chained oak tree. Construction documents, which I do actually own as part of the Hex behind the scenes store. I did actually get these. We're moving down. Festival Park, which held the Corkscrew, which I do believe is now Dark Forest. Does appear. Okay. A few more designs. Secret Weapon 1 and 2, obviously Secret Weapon 1 and 2 were cancelled, and then Secret Weapon 3 was the first Secret Weapon to come to the resort, which was the obviously B&M Inverted Coaster Nemesis. Last Rider t-shirt for the Corkscrew. Corkscrew Rider tea-towels. This is a bit about the Corkscrew construction, and that brush was from the repaint that happened at the start of this season on the entrance plaza. Bit more Ripsaw merch. I do believe that's a little bit more of Hex. Some of these Hex photos are a little bit better. Look at. Designed for the Ripsaw shop. Bit more Ripsaw concept art. Oh, I like that piece. Bit of concept art there for the blade. I've been corkscrewed at Alton Towers. Love that. Bit more look here at some of the corkscrew photos, and then down to Thunder Looper, which was in Forbidden Valley. Some of the old rides that they had here. Oh, look at that Black Hole rider. Black Hole. And then X Sector. Some more photos. Looked around here at Around the World in 80 Days, which is now in the Amigas in the Afterlife building. Storybook Land. The old Squirrel Nutty, which is now Get Set Go Trip Adventure. If you watch Theme Park Worldwide, you'll be well familiar with this. The Alton Towers Book 1. Log flume photo cards. A bit more of the log flume construction, which obviously where Wickerman is now. Moving around designed for the Grand Canyon Rapids, which is obviously now known as the Congo River Rapids, and a few more designs for Katanga Canyon. Toyland Tours, iconic attraction. Never got to do it. Wasn't born when it was around, but would have loved to have done it. Entrance to the Runaway Mine Train. All that concept art there. And then we go up to the top shelf. Love this piece. The dress from the advertising material and the screen content for Curse Alton Manor. A few more photos. Something sinister there. For the haunted house. Oh, look at that. Bit of concept art for the design of the house. The facade. So much history in this museum. Look at that nice sign from Jewel. One of the Jewel glasses. They sold a lot of these off, but it's nice that they kept one. One of the Screaming Head busts. Look at some of this concept art for the house. It's interesting to see how it was a lot more vibrant than they decided to go with now. Designed for the shop and the toilets. The food and beverage outlet located in the middle. I don't think it was meant to be that at the time. Oh no, it was a games building back when the haunted house opened, but obviously now it's a food and beverage outlet. Coach House Confectionery. Got the Jewel pre-shows going on in the background. Not sure if you can hear that with the microphone. Toyland Tours posters. SS Toyland Tours, which was the ship located in the station building area of Toyland Tours. Farmyard concept, which is obviously in CBeebies Land, where CBeebies Land is now. Like that design, there's a little advert there for the log flume. Do quite like that. More photos, I think that's one of the management back in the day. Moving around here to Spinball Whizzer. The old Spinball Whizzer game, never got to get one of them. And I first opened in 2004. But I'd love to have that piece. This is something they did back in the day. It was basically like if you're too scared to go on the rides, like I threw a wobble at Alton Towers, it's more like you're jelly and too scared to go on the attractions. Then moving down here to the Wickerman section. Got your Wickerman Seabrook crisps. Wickerman Top Trumps card. These are one of the wood offcuts. You probably got one of these if you were came to the resort in the first year or so of the ride being open. Love that. Moving around here a little bit there of the Smiler, but I'll go to that a little bit later on. Love this design for air. Concept art for the B&M Flying Coaster. That's excellent to see. Moving on here to the Oblivion merchandise. Can't believe back in the day they did Oblivion condoms. Definitely wouldn't get away with doing something like that now. Oblivion press kit. All the way back in the day. This is from the actual boating stunt lake that the park used to do. They used to do a stunt show on the lake, which is really interesting. Move up here, bit of a look at the Nemesis comic book. Nemesis backpack. John Wardley, creator of Nemesis. Nemesis construction photos. One of the Nemesis eggs up there. It's on the topic of Nemesis. Bit more information about Oblivion there. A few of the facts. And I just want to get this in at the bottom. This is very interesting because this is the original concept art for Air. However, when the ride was built, it did go over budget by quite a bit. So a lot of the theming that you can see on here had to be scrapped. Wish they'd one day go back and theme it up. Theme the area around Galactica up to make the ride look a little bit nicer. As it could definitely do with that. Over here you got your Nemesis items. Nemesis 25. Nemesis Reborn beer can. Test specimen. Back when the original Nemesis closed. The guests on the last day were given these wristbands. Back when the ride closed to be reimagined into Nemesis Reborn. Phalanx Expo, that was the 2024 fireworks display. Bit more concept art for Nemesis. Imagine if we had that as an entrance arch Nemesis, that'd be amazing. Even down here, a little bit more of the costumes designs. I love that sign as well, when Oblivion was first being built. And then over here, you got a little bit more on Air. Get ready for, prepare for Air 2002, get ready to fly. Then there's a look at Dark Forest. The station did look pretty similar to that. Exclusive preview weekend, which was cancelled. Apparently, it was cancelled because the ride wasn't ready. But they did bring everyone back to have a free behind-the-scenes tour, and they were refunded for that, which was interesting. And they still got the exclusive preview weekend T-shirts as well. Bit of designs there for the train. Rita signage. Rita Queen of Speed advertisements. Cine 2000 reel. One of the old cinemas. Some more photos of Nemesis. Like some of the Smiler concept art. Some of the Sanctuary, which is one of the scare mazes to advertise the Smiler. I like that Rita mug, I wish they'd still sell that. Cine 2000, Alton Towers new rides. Some of the old film tapes. Oh, I like that design for the original prototype for the original B&M Invert. I mean, Nemesis was the second B&M Invert to exist. I do like that concept art of the train. A few ride parts. They did recently sell off the Nemesis control panel for about £30,000. Love to know if you brought that. Here's some more of the ride parts. Massive wheel. I think that might potentially be the Smiler lift chain guide wheel, potentially. Or it could be the Spinball was a road wheel. So interesting to see. And even up here, some of the celebrities that visited the park over the years. Loads of celebrities over the years. Going up a bit, some of the concept art for Karuba Creek Water Park in the Alton Towers Hotel. It's quite beneficial for me. And behind, owner of the Roller Coaster Club of Great Britain. You can see a plaque there, Best Steel Coaster, Nemesis. Just mentioning Nemesis there. Alton Towers Hotel. Pirates Bill. A few of the colleagues who used to work at the resort. Obviously in many different departments. They used to actually have an archivist that would work within the towers itself, manage all the archives, but they were unfortunately laid off in 2015 due to an unfortunate incident at the resort. I'm sure you know what I'm on about. John Breen, Chief Executive of Alton Towers back in the 90s. Team Handbook, Divisional Director, Staff Information Handbook. The old Wild Mouse coaster that used to be at the resort. Thunderlooper press kit. That was the Beastie. I think that's Beastie, or it might be Black Hole. Pretty sure. This is Thunderlooper here. Alton Towers information pack. That's a nice design there. Proposed ride. Tacoma Wild Mouse. Initial concept art for retheming the Energizer. That was in Ugland, which is now Dark Forest. And then we're back round to Heck. Just quickly show off this as well. Like that, the Nemesis eye there. Quite like that design as well from 13th Station. You can obviously tell that that's for the exit to the ride. We would exit there. Tina Turner concert tickets. Concept art there for Nemesis Subterra. By being a very bish bash entrance sign in the old farmyard area. Retail toiletries over the years. I don't think I showed these off or mentioned them. Just go around and making sure I've got everything. As I did mention earlier on, that this will be closing soon. Like that old sign of the corkscrew there. Phalanx box. Haunted House t-shirt design. Doom and Sons. That's the back of the old man address. Checking that I've got everything. And we'll go around and take pictures of everything after. Just make sure that I've got it all. Over here, got all of this. Just get you a little bit of a better look at some of this icon stuff. Like that shot of the Alton Towers ruins. I think that might be the Octagon room, which is now in Hex. Yes, it is. The Octagon Hall, which is now part of the Hex pre-shows. Alton Towers hoodie from back in the day. Alton Towers, where the magic never ends. Ticket machines. More ticket machines, minutes, books. Like that bag as well. And I think I'll end it off with this nice look here at the Chinese pagoda fountain. It can be found in the garden. And then Charles Talbot himself, he made the desert smile. A little look there. Some of the artifacts behind the counter as you come in. I think that might be everything. Just get some of these dolls up here. Just want to make sure I've got absolutely everything. Oh. Just caught this from the Smiler. Like that photo.
I want to see in the museum because it's a lot deep. They told my days off.
Old map here. That's the design of what the map would look like. I'm not really a fan of that design. I do quite like the monorail there, but I do think some of the newer maps are a bit better. And then I wonder what's next for the resort. Just going to quickly check. I'm going to go around and take some pictures now. Alton Towers visitors book. I think I've got everything. I'm going to show you all this. I'm going to go around and get some pictures now, and then I will wrap up the video. Just spotted this here, which is probably the last thing I'll mention. Kiosk open and closed sign over there, just through the boxes. And then this, which is very interesting. That up there is the black hole, which is obviously now where the Smiler is. It's interesting to see what Oblivion's queue line gonna look like, and I like how they labelled it as proposed transit system. And obviously, as you can notice here, it's not a full tunnel. It was actually going to be not enclosed, and it was going to have some like theming pieces around. It's very interesting to see how things change over the time. Springfield Restaurant, which is obviously now X-Site. Toilets, paddling pool, which is now the games bunker at the top of X Sector. And then I think I'll end it here with the monorail sign. Just going to go around and take some pictures, and then I'll wrap up the video. And that concludes your tour around the wonderful Alton Towers Exhibition here in the chapel of the wonderful Alton Towers ruins here at the Alton Towers Resort. I've very much enjoyed this exhibition. I'm so sad it is closing. I really do hope they can find a permanent location for this exhibition, because it's amazing to go around and see all the wonderful artifacts and everything that's made up the history of the UK's biggest theme park. It's absolutely excellent exhibition. It's been well put together. I like how there's things all the way around to see, loads to look at. You can spend as much time as you want, and there's also some nice seats as well in here as well. And it's also nice and cool in the chapel if it is a hot day at the resort. I am going to miss this when it does close on the 28th of August. I've very much enjoyed my two visits round the exhibition. I do hope it comes back one day, either in here or in a more permanent location. Now, there's one last thing left to say from the Alton Towers Exhibition and the Alton Towers Resort. Thank you very much for watching, and keep riding and subscribing.